viewers, this is my dear relationship show, and today we're having something beautiful, something perfect, more something that is very educating. And today I'll be sharing with us a topic that says agony of being in an abusive relationship. Agony of being in an abusive relationship. If you have been following some of our videos, we did a short discussion on abusive relationship, but today we'll be discussing about agony in an abusive relationship. And today I'm having someone that you already know. She's my friend, she's my mentee, and she's my spiritual daughter. And today she wants to share more light concerning agony of being in an abusive relationship. Can you tell the viewers once again? Already they know you, but I would want you to reintroduce yourself to them for the people that doesn't know you.
Hello viewers, my name is Agony. I'm a teacher of the word. I'm an evangelist and also a gospel artist. Anything about Jesus.
All right. And you saw. Will you love to tell them the platform God has been using you for and all that?
Yeah, by special grace of God, according to the thing God has been using me for Touch and Life group on Facebook. So you can just follow us and you'll see the one that God has been using us.
Alright, she's the woman in charge touching lives, and God has been using her on that Facebook channel, touching a lot of lives and imparting people. And how could they reach out to you on the Facebook?
Okay, you can just go into Touching Life group under Alakito.
Touching Life group. She'll still come back and tell us. So because of our time, today, like I said, it's going to be a very sweet discussion and interactive one. Just follow and stay tuned. So, my first question to you is there joy in an abusive relationship? Is there really joy in an abusive relationship?
Yeah, there is no joy in an abusive relationship.
There is no really joy.
There is no joy because you can't have peace of mind. You can't be happy being in an abusive relationship. So there is no joy. There is no experience of you having peace. It is when you are happy or you have peace of mind, you be in a relationship and you find peace, you find happiness, then you can be full of joy.
So are you saying that in an abusive relationship you cannot, you can find joy, not even from the aspiration of your children, seeing your children around, or like let's say at some point there is no joy? Then my question is, what about those that have been in that abusive relationship? Some women or some men say that they still find joy because of the fight and issues there. Can you throw more light on that?
Sir, there is no joy
Okay.
in an abusive relationship.
There is no joy at
Except for those that are like they love violence. You know,
Okay.
there are some people that naturally love being violent. They are violent. And so those that enjoy, we have some women that love violence anyway. So those that love violence and you come together with someone that's
love violence.
has this violence and is giving you violence back to back, you enjoy it.
Wow.
But you that they are kind of person, don't love violence. It's not part of your personality. So you can love being in a peaceful environment, peaceful atmosphere. And you come in together with someone that is violent. There's no how you can enjoy that.
Don't be connectivity. So it means that
your joy
is
gone because why? The atmosphere
you find yourself
in
kill the joy in you.
So you can't.
So what she's trying to pass to us is that except a violent person is into relationship with a violent person, that's when they will find joy in whatever thing they are doing in that relationship. I think she's right at this point. Yes, there's nobody who has joy already and found themselves in an abusive relationship that will ever for us find joy. So I agree with her. So it means any abusive relationship you find that they still find joy. Maybe there's a tendency because the two parties love the violence. Thank you very much for that. So my second question is, what were your tragedy like? Tragedy means the issue, like what are the things that shock you when you are in that relationship? Those things that at some point you were shocked. Like, let's say you are asking for something, instead of it to get that thing, you were getting the opposite of it. What was the tragedy like?
Okay, that's those things that shock me.
Yes, that you never expected. Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, some of the things that the particular one that shocked me most.
Okay.
That really shocked me was when I was in the relationship. You know, mine is more than just just relationship. So, but in that relationship, my boss, the daughter, so the man that I was with there, gave my boss daughter 12 years old.
Okay.
She was pregnant for him.
Okay, your boss, the man you were working for, the woman you were working for.
The man I was working for, I wasn't even working. I was intended for.
Okay, you were an apprentice to her.
Okay. But so
that woman has a daughter.
She has a daughter.
12 years old.
12 years old.
Okay.
So my own guy.
Okay, the man that you were with in that relationship.
Had sexual intercourse with the girl.
With a 12 years old child.
And she was pregnant.
Okay.
For him. Now that scenario, because it was a huge incident, it was so the fact that
how was the shock like to you? How did you react to it?
I didn't actually react too much, but I already was
it gets to you mentally. Madam Uvalio.
Yes, it was like 3 months. Like second one.
Wow. In 12 years old. In 12 years old. She was happy. Being pregnant.
She asked me
for the man you were having a relationship with.
She doesn't greet me anymore. She doesn't know respect.
She disrespected you.
She disrespected me totally.
Wow.
I was like, wow, this is awkward. I could not even come out as
on the street. You were really ashamed.
I was really ashamed
for what that guy did. You did. Wow.
So it really shocked me. That was why I called myself. But I can't really get it. Am I the one that toast you or you are the one that?
Are you the one that toast you? All right. She said one of our greatest strategy in an abusive relationship was when ex, right?
Yeah,
the guy she was in the relationship with impregnated a 12 years old girl that her mind was shattered, her mind was scattered, like she couldn't get us there. Thank you very much. Let's continue. You see, today is just a lot to learn, a lot to hear. There are things happening under the sun. There are a lot of things happening. These are just few of the things that people, women faced or men faced in an abusive relationship. This man abused this woman and at the same time cheating. Is cheating also part of abusive relationship?
Sure.
So abusive relationship doesn't have to do with only beating and so even cheating too, you are abusing the relationship.
Cheating actually is abusive. Why? Because why? It is never what you bargain in every relationship.
And it's even torturing the person.
Torturing the person.
Mind,
psychologically and emotionally.
That's true. So it's also an abusive. Because you never respect the person you are in a relationship with. So you are abusing the person by cheating on the person. Alright, my next question is, During this period of you being in this abusive relationship, did you for once being in depression? Were you depressed at some point?
Yes, I was.
Did you get to a point of want to end your life, want to commit suicide?
Yeah, I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Once
I even I attempted it.
you attempted it.
Yeah.
You took some pills.
I took yes, not pills.
Okay.
I went as far as taking the these
Local
not
herbs.
local. I took local apps, but it didn't work. So I went as far as taking this thing they use in killing all this
Rat killer.
from this thing.
Okay. The drugs for.
I can't really. I'm trying to remember the name of this thing. It's well known to everybody. If I can remember the name of this thing. It's inside the white bottle like this. There's a small percent
What's happening?
It's even more than that percent.
So you don't know that. Don't worry.
So I went as far and taking it, developed it.
So that liquid was meant to kill what kind of animal?
There's nobody that takes that thing that
liquid, poisonous liquid.
That poisonous thing that haven't been recorded
Dead. And you survived it.
You thought the way I saw that I can't really tell. But I was determined to end my life. That's all.
At what point did you get to want to end the life that you took that poisonous liquid just to kill yourself? At what point did you get to?
At the point of I was totally depressed. I was totally tired of life. I saw myself that nothing good is coming out of me. So what's the point of staying?
You were even considering the children.
I wasn't because I believe the children will take care of them. They will live their life.
Wow. So you were so depressed to the point of you want to end your life.
I see no essence
of living anymore. There was nobody to talk to at that point.
Nobody. I have no one.
Wow. Alright. She was so depressed that she wanted to end it all. In fact, she took liquidatious poisonous substance, and she's still alive because God has something great for her beyond the abusive relationship. Let's continue. I will also drop this that ensure you subscribe to the channel and ensure you continue to follow us because there's still more we are going to drop. Let's continue. Why is he interested in getting you pregnant but not interested in taking good care of the children?
Well, in that aspect, so most men are like that anyway. No, I said most men are like that.
Why do you say most men? Why do you say few men?
Most men are like that. Among 100%, I can record 70 to 80%
of men
that are like that.
That are irresponsible.
That are irresponsible.
Okay.
Why am I saying this?
Okay.
It's because they tend to enjoy the atmosphere of being in relationship, wanting somebody to satisfy their sexual desire. The sexual one. There's why you can actually have been in sexual desire and you try to fulfill it and it won't lead to pregnancy.
Yeah, most of this.
But they are not ready for the responsibility behind
the pregnancy.
Their desire.
Okay, they are not responsible for the responsibility behind
their desire. You know, every desire comes with
responsibility. Yeah,
comes with
production. Something to do.
But you are not ready for the responsibility. But they are ready
for
to be
satisfied desire-wise.
So they are not.
So he wants to satisfy his sexual urge, but he's not ready to carry the responsibility that sexual urge produces. Wow. I need to talk to some men at this point. Many of you guys or many of you men out there that you get women pregnant and you leave that responsibility for that woman alone. You are not doing yourself any good at all. You're only placing curses on yourself. when you know you are not ready for the responsibility of childbearing, then why can't you stay away from fornication? And even if you want to, because some people, there's nothing you will tell them avoid them from doing fornication. Why don't you use protection? Why don't you use other means of protective stuff to protect yourself? Now you get this person pregnant, you abandon her, you abandon the children, and you allow her to suffer. And you think God will help you, God will judge you. Let's continue. This is Team My Dear Relationship Talk Show. And today, like I said, we're talking about agony of being in an abusive relationship. So, did you at some point, my next question, did you at some point committed abortion? Since the children were just children one after the other were just popping up.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
not just one.
Several.
Yeah.
So which means if not that you venture into aborting some of the children, you would have given birth to Nigeria, the crowd in this country. Wow.
Seriously, I would have given them to up to 20 or so.
Up to 20.
Yeah.
Is this how you... Wow. So wait. So when did you started introducing aborting of some of the children?
After I gave birth to my first child.
Okay.
So after I ventured into fashion design, I started dating. So that's why the more you mingle with people, the more exposed.
Okay.
So when I began to be more exposed, so I mingle with people, then I was being directed to.
Instead of you aborting the children, why didn't you use preventive relationship?
There are some body systems that
don't work.
Yes, so those I did.
Okay, there are some women body that does not.
Yes, depending on
that does not reciprocate
like my body that doesn't respond to anything medical
preventive measure.
Preventive measures.
Wow.
So the best thing is prevention.
It's better than cure.
Because my own system doesn't cure anything. It doesn't respond to anything cure.
You enter pregnancy.
Once.
Okay. Now you said that it was when you begin to meet some different kind of people. That's where you get exposed on how to go about it. So it was when you gave birth to your third child, you were being exposed that if you continue this way, that you just keep giving birth to nations.
Wow. That was why I introduced the DNC. We call it DNC.
Okay, the DNC you introduced at them, is it that you use personal drug or
no?
You go for
I introduced personal drugs right for my first child.
Okay.
But it didn't work. Second child, it didn't work.
Okay.
Third, it didn't work. Not even medically, both native, both medical or stuff like that. It didn't work.
So what were you not doing? The DNC, is that you go to the hospital?
So I went to a nurse. We have some nurses that are very good.
Okay.
That are very useful.
Okay.
Get tested. I also go to hospitals.
Okay.
Doctor.
So is there any time you know that you're pregnant, you quickly go to the hospital?
As long as I know that I'm pregnant.
At what month? First month, second month, third month, or 3 weeks or 2 weeks?
No, because I'm the kind of person I don't discover outside because I'm still always on my menstruational flow. So even though I'm pregnant to the period of 7 months, I'm still having my menstruational flow.
Okay.
So since I discovered that my menstruational flow is a disdanger to me, so I decided to. And the kind of person I was staying with them is very observant. And once they tell me that you're pregnant,
so it is.
I don't bother to wait.
So you go for DNC.
Of time.
Okay.
I think what I did first was 3 months.
Wow. And you feel pain?
Yeah, you feel pain. You just have to experience.
Okay, how many times did you do that? Plenty. Wow. You like more than 6 times? 10?
No.
Okay. Wow. See, we are not, this interview, for those of us that are hearing us, we are not discussing this to make anybody feel bad. She's trying to, like I said, she has a page called Touching Lives. She's just trying to use her own experience to touch a lot of people's lives, especially women life out there that are suffering the same thing she went through. She went through hell, and this is the reason why she came out. She wanted to share this to encourage people, especially the women, especially the ladies out there that are faced with torture in relationship. She's not saying this. You can see she's both saying it, she's joyful saying it because it's her past experience. There's still a lot of women. I believe you would have asked her since you came out of your own personal relationship, abusive relationship, you would have found so many ladies.
Yeah, so many ladies.
Going through
that
same, even worse than yours.
Worse than mine.
You see.
And some others are still coming towards that stage.
This is what they are trying to prevent and avoid.
Make them realize that it's better for you to find
your way out instead of dying
there.
And you see, so many people have died. So many women have lost their lives. All in the names of abusive relationship. So we are passing this message across to whosoever who cares to listen to the word, that there is no joy, there is no peace, there is no satisfaction in any form of abusive relationship. It doesn't have to do with hitting the woman or the woman hitting the man. Sometimes it is more than beating. It deals with emotional torture, psychological torture. So, like you rightly heard her, she said she did a lot of DNC because she does not want to give birth to multiple children. Despite the DNC, you still gave birth to how many children? You see? So
I actually gave birth to 6, but I lost one.
Okay. You gave birth to 6, you lost one. Okay. Now, is this still good for a relationship if it is children of a relationship where you know your husband keep injecting, like keep getting you pregnant, but it's not responsible? Is it recommended that you go for abortion, or is it recommended that you avoid the man? But you know it's hard to avoid the man because you still
right. That some of the violence, physical violence that comes in because in resistance of you resisting the man.
Okay, what if this man is not kind of violent, but he wants this, and you know he won't take responsibility of the children? What advice do you want for those married women that their husband keep impregnating them and they're in one room? No matrimony. Look at what Nigeria is saying. Look at what the whole world is saying. So,
okay, as a woman out there,
what's your advice?
As a child of God.
Yeah, as a child of God.
I will advise you to go for any DNC, for any forms of abortion.
So, how will the person now deal with this issue? And you have given, let's say this person has even given birth to 7 children.
Better still, you go for family planning.
What if the man is not interested in the family planning?
It doesn't have to be her way. The mistake we try to make, now, this is it.
Okay.
You actually try to make you understand. Seriously, straight down. Seriously. That's what I did. Make you realize. But if the man is adamant and doesn't want, better still, you are a woman and you know where you are heading to. Because you will be the one to carry the responsibilities. More. So better still,
go for the family planning.
On your own, on way to him, without him knowing.
Okay, she's advising most of the women that are married
because why? You are the one that will
carry more of the responsibility, 90% of the responsibility.
You are the most. So it's better for you. Find it, prevention is better than cure. So it's try preventing it on your own.
The family planning, did you try family planning?
Yes, I did.
Did it work for you?
It worked for me.
But because I was like, when you say your body does not set.
It actually worked for me. Yes, that's why you come in with tests. You actually, when you go to the hospital, they will test you the one that matches your system.
Okay. So what if he's a man that he is ready to take care of the responsibility of thousands of children you give birth to?
I see no reason why you make use of.
But what if the woman, I can't deal with 12 children?
The woman can't deal with it.
Because the woman to have a say in the relationship.
Yes, that's why you have to communicate with him.
What if you communicated and the man still want to give birth to nations? What should the woman do? If she go for that family planning without the man getting, alright, go for family planning, or she's even becoming a counselor now. Amen. Alright. So without wasting most of the time, we are still listening to my dear relationship talk show.
Yeah.
So my next question to you is, did you ever want to abandon any of your children at some point?
Yeah,
Is it the first child or the second, or all your children? You want to run away from them? Leave them with their father or what?
actually did. I left my first one with his dad.
You ran away or you left them?
Not did I run away. I just left him. I took the junior one, but I left him.
No,
But
my question is, did you at some point want to leave all your children for the man and just go and stay a place? You just want to cool off your brain, cool off your mind, and think of what you can do. Did you at some point?
yeah, I did.
Okay,
I did.
where were you? Where did you go to?
I went to my friend's place.
Okay,
To my friend's place.
to get healed.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually came back. I don't know. Actually, I didn't plan coming back anyway.
Okay.
I just ran away. You get? I ran away, not thinking of coming back. But I eventually came back.
Okay, you see, the agony was so much that she even abandoned the man and the children. So when you abandoned him and the children, how did he feel like? Did he disturb you, start looking for you?
Ah, this stopped. This started looking for me. He was crying up and down.
He was crying. The same man is abusing you. It is well. So he was crying everywhere. It is well. So, okay, you said, I was asking that at some point you left the children, right? So my next question, still on the aspect of abandonment. Did you, at some point, after you returned, you still at some point abandon or have a thought of want to abandon one of the child or some of the children and say, well, let me just take 3 out of this, or take 2 out of this, or just take 1 out of this and leave the rest, or just drop them, maybe run away, or just drop them at one dustbin, blah blah blah. You know, like what some women are doing in our church.
I did.
Which of them?
That was my last child, my last born.
You did not practically, or you were planning to?
I was planning to, but God stopped that plan.
Who resisted it?
My mom.
Okay.
God is my mom.
So sometimes we shouldn't quit to judge some women when they take some drastic decision. Though I'm not in support of that, that you get to a point of when you now see that you can't take the responsibility of your child, or because the man that gets you impregnated is not there for you and you just decide to go and throw away the child or flush the child or drop the child on the road. I don't advise that. But sometimes it's painful to some ladies when they are overwhelmed with the responsibility, with the agony, the pain and all that. So sometimes they want to, I beg you, instead of you throwing your child on the streets, on the waste bin, toilet, or abandoning them to flush them, I would advise you to take them to a rehabilitation center or take them to motherless home, because of God and because of the destiny of that child. I won't advise that because of the pain, the trauma, you not throw your child. It's something that can hurt you till death when you finally realize that what you did in the past is your mistake. Please, I encourage every woman out there, please. Some women are facing this same issue up to date.
Exactly.
Some never knew they will ever travel to abroad. Some never knew they will ever become wealthy. Some never knew that they will ever become who they are today. But the mistake of abandoning that child, throwing away that child in the waste bin, throwing the child on the road where the vehicles on. Some are still, some women are still weeping up to now.
Yes.
I'm passing this message because you don't know what you will become tomorrow. Even if you have made a mistake, yes, even if you have made a mistake, that child you want to abandon can be a president tomorrow, and that child might never forgive you. That boy or that girl, out of the pain that you gave birth, I know you went through hell, I know you went through all sort of whatever, but I'm not recommending you to abandon that child, because many women are still weeping up today, married, having children, but because they lost that child, they abandoned that child, they couldn't even find where the child.
You know what? As women, we tend not to look at the future.
Tomorrow.
We tend to look at what we are passing through at that moment. And so with that, we kind of like whatever decision we take is based on what you're passing through. But right now, I'm telling you, based on my experience, don't look at whatever situation you're passing through. Look beyond your situation at that moment. Look at the future. And you see, viewing the future tend to give you hope and, gather yourself together and, keep going because tomorrow is going to be great.
Supposing, I'm just asking, supposing you abandoned your last child, and now that you are now a changed person, you are to see Christ, you are not touching lives on your blood, how would you feel by now?
I won't forgive myself.
Wow. Even if Christ has forgiven you?
I don't.
This is what, okay?
Because it's going to be an everlasting regret and pain.
She says she will never forgive us. This is what a lot of women are doing.
That is what a lot of men mistake we have.
And men too. Some men that have abandoned both the woman and the child, and they couldn't find the whereabouts of the child and the mother. They are regretting it. See, you can prevent this regret. One thing I used to say is that if I've made a mistake, I shouldn't increase the mistake. I should find a way to correct that mistake. For example, if I get a woman pregnant accidentally or whether intentional or whatever, I should not now, that's number one mistake. I've gotten her pregnant. Now running away from that responsibility is another, is the worst. The worst.
And that is what most
mistakes
realize.
Yes. Because you might never find that woman again, you might never find that child again. And mind you, if you even come and probably later in life, when everything now become good for you, that child might not forgive you.
Exactly.
Even if you later found them. And also, we shouldn't take decisions based on now. You get, you know that tomorrow now, if years ago somebody would have said you'll be on my dear relationship talking now, you would doubt it. Look at you today now. A brand new you is different from your past. Look at now. So if you had zero yourself, then
I actually zeroed myself.
I know that was the reason why you took that. You wanted to abandon the child. Now that God is making to become an hero to your generation, which I know you are just starting. This is where people are missing it. We thought that we will never be better than yesterday. You will always be better. A time will come where you came from, where whatever, a better you will come up. And when that better you, your past you might not regret the action. But when your better you, your best you start revolving, that is where the regret will set in. Because now you just say, there are people that said, I knew what I know what now, I would have not done what I did in the past. Some people are willing that they could go back to the past and correct what. There are mistakes. There's a mistake I used to pray. There's costly mistake. A mistake that will cost you until you die. There are people that, yes, God has forgiven them, they have moved on, but that mistake is still an ember to them. Are you getting? So we shouldn't get to that point. Even if we have done a drastic mistake, we should forgive ourselves and not increase. The problem of our generation is that we enter one mistake, we enter another mistake, we enter another mistake, increasing mistake. Instead of us to calm down, okay, I have impregnated somebody. That is number one mistake. Let me now find a way. Even if I'm broke, even if I'm poor, even if I don't have work, it's better to stand by her, stand by the child. Even if all of you are crying, it's better than running away from the responsibility. Some lady, you keep aborting till your womb get damaged. You have made a mistake. Number one, you don't need to abort. Keep aborting and you will damage yourself. So I pray God help us in Jesus' name. So we just have 2 more questions and then we'll wrap off the session. Okay. Don't you think, like over there in abroad, in some part of the world, you don't abuse your spouse, you don't abuse the woman, you don't abuse the man. And in this part of Africa, I don't think there are rules of there are principles guiding abusive relationship. If you had the opportunity to talk to the government of Nigeria concerning abusive relation, what measure do you think they should do to reduce? We know we can't remove it all. There are some women that can't voice out. In fact, do you advise women to voice out or men to voice out when they're in an abusive relation before you talk about the government aspect? I want you to.
I will advise men and women who are in abusive relations to voice out.
Okay.
Because silence sometimes
Kills.
not sometimes, most times
Kills.
So you being silent on your own part. I was silent.
For all through that 10
For
years.
years, I was, even before my family began to be aware of I was silent, I was dying in silence. I was dying, I was enduring the pain.
You were keeping them to yourself.
To myself.
Did your family at some point, somebody asked me personally that, what were your family doing at that period? He was asking that, is it that your family just left you, just abandoned you, or you did not carry the case?
Because I didn't carry you. See, your family can only go extra miles for you. You carry them
along. Okay, which means you kept everything to yourself.
So I kept everything to myself.
You never told your dad, you never told your mom.
No,
why did you do that?
Because I had this what is it called? This
endurance spirit or what?
Not just endurance. I have this motive as emotion within me that
everything will be fine one day.
Yes, no, apart from that, you keep things to yourself, and as in that no one must know
what is happening.
Once you're married, once you're in a relationship, nobody must know, no third parties.
No third parties, even when you are dying.
So,
it's not third parties that are not burying you.
So at the point that I just asked, when the day my ex wanted to kill, I just remember that, Mama, Joy, you're already going. Once you go, even if your family eventually you have gone, you are gone. So why don't you?
There was a point you wanted to kill.
Yes, I wanted to use because it's little charm.
Okay. You said it in the last video.
So I had to go.
Wait, why did you?
That was when I called my mom.
Okay, that was when you called your mom. That was the first time you talked to her. Wow, that was how many years then?
That was
how many years in the relationship?
In the relationship?
Before you told your mom?
That's about 6 years.
So for 6 good years, your mom was not aware. Your dad wasn't aware. 7 years. Wasn't aware what was happening. The torture, the trauma, the beating, the violence, the rejection, the I don't careism of the man over you. You never opened up to them.
Even when they would meet me, sending me, instead of me to go to my mother's house or my father's house, I would stay in the street. I would stay in the church or in the car. I would do somewhere.
You were just living life for yourself. Only
I'll come back.
I think this has answered the question of my sister that because she was saying, is it that your family was not aware that you just let things like I said.
That's why you must not die in silence.
So it means they should voice out. The women that are going through abusive relations voice out. On what platform can they reach out to you? Can they come on your
come on my platform, you can reach out to me, Messenger, Facebook, on my YouTube channel, Josie Oluwa. You can also reach out to me on my WhatsApp. I will give you the WhatsApp number.
Alright, thank you very much. So she was saying that it is very important when you're in an abusive relationship, you should open up. Stop saying you don't want third party or else you will die at the end of the day. And your husband or your wife will move on.
Move on.
And life continues. And your children, all your family will regret. They will regret. And they will also blame you for keeping quiet. Alright, I was saying something that the government of this country I don't think there is a constitution that is guiding, that is against abusive relationship.
No, there is. They have I don't know if
they have introduced it.
Yes, that's what they call domestic violence. What is domestic violence?
Okay.
Because at the time when I was at a kitchen with my ex who were staying together, there was some people were telling to go to welfare, go to
human rights.
Okay. That complained domestic violence. Then that was I think 5 years or something like that was on this.
Did you at one point go there?
Yeah, at one point took him to the but I arrested him, so I took him. So from there I decided to take the case through the human rights. So they were demanding.
They were what?
They were demanding.
They were demanding.
Yes.
Okay, they were demanding money.
Yes, yes.
But
At
that's
that point in time, I could not
afford
it.
Then, Miss, is that money being paid for a constitution? That's Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Anything can happen.
Yes, that's Nigeria for you. So, but I believe that
it's supposed to be free.
It's supposed to be free because these are helping people that are in pain. So don't add to the problem. Someone that is finding means of how to take care of maybe 9 children or 7 children, demanding them a certain amount or stuff for you, helping them, bring them
out first before you start asking for.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying, that you said there's a constitution, which you're right, but is this constitution working? Is it working? It's corrupted.
It's corrupt.
It's corrupted. Because a lot of women, even when they voice out to the police and to the human rights, except you have money,
exactly,
they won't do anything.
But an incident, I experienced an incident when I went to after I've left, when I went to pick my son at that place. So he beat his son. That's my son. He beat him.
The father beat his son.
The father beat his son. So one of the teachers called me to come and pick that. I should go and pick his son. He went to show up this story.
To be on your head.
So I went. I traveled down and picked it. So, but because the way he beat the boy was so high, the boy couldn't work hard to pack them. When we got to Agony damage, his body was vomiting blood.
Wow.
I just fell down. So, but thank God for women that came around. God used women in the market.
Wow. God used women. Women are good though.
God used women. So they just carried, because I was also pregnant at that age and I was heavy. So God just.
You were still pregnant for that same man?
Yes, that's it. I left with pregnancy. Okay, so they carried the boy. And this at the hospital, 3,000 men were just coming. Madam, take this case. We are ready to have this case for you. Just wait. Because that was a Friday. So the human rights
they were not
constitution they closed for that weekend. So till Monday they were asking me to wait till Monday. I said I have nowhere to stay. They were just imploring me, you just wait. No, we will have this smart about ourselves. This man has to pay dearly for what they have done. We cannot allow this. So they were ready. I see a group of women that are ready to fight.
Do you at some point in the journey of your life that you're going to create an atmosphere for women that fight for?
Yes. I should plan that.
It's good. All right, I have just 2 more questions. Second to the last question. I want to ask you this: do you at some point were so angry in that relationship that you want to pay back? You want to do payback?
I was.
Okay. Did you plan poisoning one day? Do you plan
so many just came? So many things.
Do you plan just what was coming up in your mind then?
So many I planned poisoning, not just poisoning.
I don't just poisoning.
I planned, as in, at that point in time, seeing him alone.
You lost your mind.
Seeing him alone was.
You hated him.
I hated him with every breath in me.
Wow.
That I was trying to, God, I will pay back. I must give this man. That's at the point in time I was even sleeping with knife. With the knife beside me.
Wow, like Bukwara.
Even though I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm sitting beside me,
you want to
I was just like
stabbing
him.
Wow.
But something kept on, just it was not because of how blood in your hand. Killing man.
You really wanted to.
So I really wanted to go far. So I had to call my mom. My mom said, it's better don't kill a man instead for you. Leave.
Don't do payback. That will worsen the case. The best thing I would advise you just walk out. Don't do any payback. There are many women who have done payback and then
find themselves
like imprisonment, and some of them
they have been to want to revenge in your own. Just work out. Just work out and everything for God to fight the battle for you.
Alright. I wanted to ask you one question, but the question will not be in this section. Maybe when God gives us the privilege. My last question to you is that what lesson do you learn from this abusive relationship that gave it agony? What lesson? I just wanted to give us 1 or 2 lessons in that you experience in this agony of being in an abusive relationship.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Number 1 lesson that we have to learn as women, and not just women, even as men, is in whatever you are doing, whatever journey you are embarking on, be it relationship, be it business, let your foundation be built on God.
Okay.
Now, my relationship was out of
God. What context? Okay.
so everything that is outside of God will always be abusive.
But are they not married that are built on God and yet is very abusive?
Yes, we have relationships like that. But I believe that when God is in a journey with you, even though in a relationship,
Don't you think that God can be in a journey but lack of knowledge too? Because there are also unbeliever marriage relationship that is not built on God. Because of the knowledge the parties have, they never become violent.
I still believe that God is the major, because even God himself is the wisdom.
If God is the one, how we gonna come down from heaven?
Now, I'm not saying God will come down from heaven.
Okay.
But I'm saying that making God the foundation
Okay.
first.
Okay.
Then the foundation.
I know God become the foundation. Okay.
Then you as a woman, having this knowledge by acquiring more knowledge on how to build your home, your relationship, how to make it, a peaceful and well, read books, study the word of God.
Because that's where I'm going to.
Read books.
Because
we lack knowledge
yeah,
on relationship. As women, we lack knowledge.
not only women, no.
Even men.
Even some
We
men,
lack knowledge.
even some
But
people.
even as a woman that has knowledge and she is in a relationship with a man who lacks knowledge,
That's what
there will
I'm
always be a problem.
That's what I'm saying. So this
There will always be a problem.
God
That's why I
can
said
be
God first.
God can be part of it. And if you don't have the knowledge of that God, the person, the two parties have problem.
Yeah.
Because God told us, my people perish, they are God's people. But that knowledge, so God can be in that relationship, and yet the relationship is still
Because they fail to know the code. Because they fail to know the code.
Yes, that's where knowledge comes in.
So that's why.
Because this thing I keep saying, because many believers thought, or many Christians believe that, once God is involved, once we hear from God, once God told us this.
It's more than you hearing from God. It's more than you hearing from God. You hear from God, right? God is involved, right? But you also have to.
You have your part to play.
Part to play.
The two
God has
parties, it's not only the woman who's
the wife has part to
the
play.
man
The
too,
husband
yes,
has
have parts to play.
Everybody has
Parts to play. So no, we shouldn't start
So
putting
it's
that
not
demand
just
on God alone.
one person alone.
All right.
Because God himself needs us for him to do his
Yes.
own.
Do you think? Do you see what I think in all of this? That the difference between a believer marriage and unbeliever marriage, to me, is when it got to a point when you and your spouse have tried everything and it's not working out. That is when you can reach out to God to help her. That is the advantage that unbeliever does not have.
Yeah.
When an unbeliever gets to a rock in their marriage, because there is no how you want to do it, there is no marriage that you know hits the rock at some point.
Yes.
There will be issues, serious issues. So
Serious
what an unbeliever will do is just go to the club, drink alcohol, or womanize or whatever, just to calm themselves. But as a believer, the two parties, the husband and wife can go back to God and say, God, please help us. Are you getting it? It's not in every situation in the marriage you will need God. Are you getting it? It's not in every situation in the marriage you need God. That's why knowledge is the key. Imagine as an adult, you are married to your wife, to your husband, and you want to go and urinate. Do you need your husband? Because you have the knowledge already. So you won't need God to say, God, I want to go and urinate. That's what I'm talking about. Is when it's hard Maybe you have 5,000 naira, you want to invest in a business and you need another 10,000 from your. That's where you can say, okay, husband. So it need to get to a point. That's why you say, husband, please, I have 5,000. This is all mine. Can you support me? It's not in all things. God has given us guidance enough in His Word and in giving some men and women wisdom to write in those things and books that we can apply that will help us. Instead of us depending on God and everything, there are supposed to be some key issues that even you know that only God can help. Are you getting? So now back to what we're discussing. You mentioned laying God as number one foundation. So which other one before we wrap up for tonight?
Like I've said it, making God a foundation. Then you acquire knowledge on your own.
Acquire knowledge.
Should reading of books. There are many books out there, marital relationship.
If there's any mistake you need to correct in entering this abusive relationship, what would be the mistake? Or what would be the advice you would advise yourself?
Number one advice I would advise myself is number one mistake I made in my time. I didn't make God my foundation. That's number one.
Okay, number two.
Number two is that I lack knowledge.
Okay.
I lack knowledge, I lack understanding. We shall acquire more knowledge. I would have acquired wisdom that will make me know between good and bad.
Thank you very much. Having with me is our dear evangelist, revivalist, power-loaded woman of God that have been touching lives through our Facebook channel called Touching Lives Ministry or Group. So thank you for staying with us, you viewers. I believe you really enjoyed today's segment. You've learned so much. I believe you learned so much. I want you to say something on the comment section. If you have a question, you can private chat me or put it on the YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel. And if you also want to reach out to her, can you tell them your name once more on your Facebook channel, your TikTok, on your Instagram, on all your pages and handles?
Okay. My name is Agony, and you can reach out to me on Facebook, Touching Life Group. Then my Facebook, Agony Joy. Then my YouTube and Jerusalem. Then TikTok at Jerusalem 16. And my WhatsApp.
Oh, give them the one that's okay.
09068048622.
Okay.
09068048622.
See, please, most of you ladies that you are going through any kind of issues like this, please, you can come to her. If you don't want to come to me and say, oh, this is a pastor, he's a man, you can reach out to her. God bless us. This is my dear relationship talk show, and keep watching. God bless us.
Subscribe.
Like.